Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're doing okay. I know it's very intense. Ever really think since the 9th of January, especially, where I have been sharing about we're really in the event right now, however we want to perceive this. The sun is very active ever since really the 6th. And we had those X-class flares, and really every day we're having M-class flares, and on those days we don't have them, we still have very high level C-class flares, as like today, as well as solar winds. We have some Schumann resonance spikes. So this is doing a lot to our bodies, to our heart, to our systems. So if you're feeling tired and wired, or if you're feeling just all kinds of stuff, okay? Everybody is at a different place. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff unfolding. And as I know, we are here now, okay? We are home. We are home. All right, we're really home, buttercups. I'm telling you, that's all I can see. That's all I know. And all I'm really here is to remind you or to help you remember that it is so. Because truly all information we do come across and resonate with. Resonance is a big thing. That's a feeling thing, okay? Because there's a lot of information around. Any information we're truly in resonance with, and we feel like that's the truth, is something that arises from within us first. And things that we've once found or believed to be true might not be true now. Because you're constantly expanding and integrating all of these different perspectives and ultimately levels of consciousness as part of your multidimensional integration. So it can sometimes feel as if you're going through a lot of intensity as you're going through these really big purges and then expansions, okay? So it's like a roller coaster. So you can't control the waves, big ascension waves, as we can feel it, and solar waves and cosmic waves, but we can just go with it, okay? So you just need to become a surfer and you need to go with the flow, really. And the best way to do this is by just letting go of your ego, because right now what's happening is it's the final collective ego death. It's the final, everything is final. This is it, okay? This is it. Done. Because the one mind is resetting itself. We're being rebirthed, okay, through the cosmic womb that we are all part of. All of this is one. There's only one of us here. And we're remembering now. This is a remembering. And we're remembering now. So this, who we really are. So who are we? You, me, we, which is the great I am, as language is separating us. We are the diamond rainbow sons of God. We are pure consciousness in motion, constantly recreating and re-experiencing, redreaming, imagining itself. And this right now is a very temporary experience. Although all of the timelines, all of the realities, realms, universes, dimensions, and all of your multidimensional incarnate selves are all merging as one into this divine organic creatrix field, which we hold the blueprint for all together as one, as the cosmic monad, which is totally healing right now. Claim your right to heal right now, quantum. And when we talk about time, yes, this has taken linear time, but it's also all parallel and all happening at once. If you think about it, all memory or anything we project into the future is but, you know, that kind of like the past and the future, or but memories and future projections. And even right now, it's already the past. So As you know, transcending time, space, and gravity is really the work at hand. It really is. If you want to become fully multidimensional and embody your avatar body, you have to transcend time, space, and gravity. If you want to fully activate your light body, which is happening right now, which many of us can feel, you just have to transcend all of this ego nonsense. And that's what's happening right now. So we are remembering we are God source consciousness embodied, and that we have co-created this all as one. And it's really just a projection, a holographic simulation that we are fully awakening from. This is the full awakening. This is the full revealing of what is really true. And what is really true, it's not the disclosure people are hoping for. That's just a level of truth, which is actually false because it's a fallen timeline. All of these idiots and puppets and muppets out there running the show, which is really God source consciousness using us all as puppets, because we're all puppets. You need to understand this is ultimately a big happening. Whilst we're also making it happen, we are, again, the observer, the observed, and the creator. And as long as we're still feeling separate from the creation and are still fearing anything, we are still in separation. And that's what's totally dissolving right now, along with all of these ego filters. So as the ego filter comes up, as I've shared in a previous video, so at your coccyx, at the base of your spine, you have 8 primal fetal cells. And there was an implant there, or several. And basically that reptilian tail implant prevented or was used as an ego filter. And that also then operated as a way to, kind of operate your mind and basically take control of bodies. So, to different extents, and there's so many layers to the whole way the mind control has worked. But again, especially the masculine will feel affected by this. And I don't even want to speak anymore masculine, feminine, because again, we all have this within. So it's our ego. It's a collective ego death, and the ego is struggling right now with any perceived, ego filters that are coming up and being transcended, that would be especially around shame, guilt, pain, trauma, all of that stuff. And you have to realize this is very kind of religious type programming. It's not that we shouldn't feel, remorse for things that we know that we have done, that now in a higher consciousness, we know that we shouldn't have done. And even if we feel sometimes like we're going like 3 steps back and we just have taken 1 step forward, this is a constant thing. All right. It's really not like this. I know that sometimes it feels like you're going in circles, but it is an onion and you're going closer to the core. Okay. And we're at the core now, really. I know we're done here because I know I'm done. And therefore we're done. Because again, I know I hold this blueprint and us together. Again, I am the great I am together with you. Okay. But I'm just receiving that message. And again, it's outside of time, but still, this is it, really, quite frankly, because I know the core of the cosmic monad and the tribal shield has healed, and it's going out from within. Okay, and everyone and everything is healing through the love, through the divine love that's streaming in from source and the divine mother and divine father. And it's awakening our hearts, and it's fully opening our crystal hearts and lotus configurations, the corrected sound and light fields, the corrected geometries in our light body, and all the membranes, all of the spheres that have existed between, and seals that have existed between dimensional layers right now are being fully dissolved. And this is also you dissolving any kind of separation between you and your ascended master self, and all the different layers. So between whatever 3 and 13 dimensional layers, and literally way beyond, because again, we're merging with God source consciousness, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so we're not getting lost in identity and identification, because that's the ego. The ego is connected to the thoughts, the emotions, the beliefs, your identity of who you think you are, you know, all of that stuff. And it's like you are fluid consciousness emotion. So throughout your lifetimes and incarnational selves, gonna try and speak slowly, although I'm trying to get through a lot of stuff and I don't want to take too long. But through the different rounds of incarnating many thousands of times, especially as an indigo, into this reality and the different realms, sometimes also inner earth and parallel earth, and throughout the different dimensions, okay? Because you're deities, you're the ascended masters, okay? And you're just remembering now that you're all of this, which ultimately is everything. So it's the good and the bad and the ugly, and it's the beautiful, and it's all the shades of gray in between, okay? It's all of that. And it's only your judgment that has been programmed. That's a matrix program that's fully dissolving right now, along with all the artificial overlays and seals and membranes and implants and all of that bullshit that has kept us from fully integrating our multidimensional selves and ascent. Okay, so all of the stuff has cleared now and is clearing and evaporating. Okay, and again, we're all at a different stage, but some of us can feel we're now unfuckable with. They're laughing more and more at all of the crap that's going on, and there's still interference going on, but some of us are now like kind of bulletproof because we have unified everything as one and have healed our morphogenetic field. And again, we're all in this together, okay? It doesn't matter. This is time. It doesn't matter when you're listening to this, however you're feeling, know that you're already there. Because I am, you are, we are, the great I am is here now. There is no more time. Yes, it has taken us linear time, believe me. I'm a very old soul and I have waited, held a lot of space, and have been patient for a long, long time. And at the same time, all these other parts of me have taken a long time to realize their true God self. You know, it's all of that. It's not about I'm here first and you're second or any of this. Is all bullshit, okay? I'm obviously not fully ascended, otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here. So we're all doing this together as one, okay? And we have to just cut out the bullshit right now. We have to cut out the ego. Please let the ego go. Let it go. Let the shame go. All this perceived nonsense go. Let it go. We're all just here playing roles, okay? And your judgment is the only thing that's keeping you, which is like your programmed ego self, which is keeping you from full liberation and freedom. If when you're listening to this, you know, you're still struggling right now, because even if you're like in, for example, you know, tired and wired and you can't sleep, just surrender to it. I've had 3 days of very little sleep, you know, before I had now more sleep and whatever. And I know it's, you know, I'm not saying it's easy, but you kind of have to just surrender to it when you sometimes have very little sleep. You can also just, you know, you're less in your head. You're more like, and like, you know what I mean? It has its own benefits. And also when you wake up at certain times or late at night, you get certain downloads and you might not need to be fully asleep for that. Also kind of the, you know, again, there's a lot shifting between sleep and awake time and what we believe to be real and what is like a dream. Okay, again, yeah, this is the lucid dream, and we are becoming the masters of it as we are fully awakening from the artificialness of it, because it's fully dissolving now. Again, I'm being shown for the last few days words dissolving, letters dissolving, realities, all these false pictures of realities, aka also memories, our past dissolving, the false Akash, and we're fully activating and accessing the cosmic records, the true records, because we've been sorting through it. Because what is the records, history records? It's really just data and information. You know how they sometimes say the victor is writing the history records? So, you know, which is what's happened. So a lot of what we know from general history and even the spiritual kind of teachings out there and what's really has happened on galactic levels, there's still a lot of distortions in there. And ultimately, it's all fallen histories. And some of them are also existing in the future, because we're talking about Tara and Gaia and Martina, Lyra. So anyway, that's why this is quantum, okay? And we're clearing out all the fallen timelines, all the cataclysmic events. And the main thing is, right now between the twin flames, and again, this might resonate with you, it might not. I believe everybody's part of these blueprints. This is just, we're just communicating via language that, I don't know, you know, the consciousness is trying to bring reconciliation and peace to the unfoldments. And it's, again, ultimately already done, but we are navigating through it as best we can. So what I can see happening between, especially the twin flames and divine counterparts, is that, so I spoke in my last video about the importance of the feminine surrendering to the masculine when it's ready and he's able to hold a safe container, and then for the feminine also to hold the space and the faith for him to fully rise. Now, what I saw is that, yes, he was holding a container and it was all fine. And again, this might resonate, might not, okay? But then through this whole ego clearing, he's kind of fallen back into the trap of doubt and fear and worries, and projecting a lot of his wounds or traumas that he's healing right now onto the feminine, the divine feminine, which also has a lot to do with the distorted feminine. Because the thing is, between the twin flames and divine counterparts, if you've experienced interference, it also has a lot to do with third parties and kind of karmic interference, or things like alien love bites, and like it can come in all kinds of forms and shapes. And there's obviously a lot of energetic interference, because again, the twin flames carry these divine Edenic paradisian codes. They're, especially the original twin flames, these 24, you know, again, that we're all part of, that are part of the cosmic monad that I'm seeing, that are connected to the 12 tribes, so times 2, 24 plus 3, which is the 27, which hold the divine organic creatrix blueprint for the triple helix DNA, triple diamond sun body of the 72 strands of this new blueprint. So, and again, take what resonates, leave the rest. And basically, there has been so much interference on so many layers and levels throughout the timelines. And both parties will often be triggered. I mean, what this all is about is, I mean, we can say healing past heartbreak, separation, abandonment wounds, as I've spoken about before, which is really at the core of all of this, because it's our perceived separation from source, and we are one another's source. So you have been and returning to an androgynous body or blueprint, but now we're like in two separate bodies whilst embodying the androgynous blueprint. So we're both like in either feminine or masculine, whilst we're also embodying both energies balanced, which we haven't been able to do so far ever since the split, the original split of the masculine feminine body, androgynous body, into two bodies, as I've spoken to about before. Now, this is also connected to the Lemurian Holocaust of what we're healing right now. And what's coming up between the twin flames a lot is, and especially those that will resonate with those timelines and what I'm speaking about, but again, we're all part of this, is that, so the Lemurian Holocaust, and it's also connected to the forced breeding programs and trauma, was that the twin flames, like the invasion came in, of negative alien agenda. I'm going to leave a link below as well, for those who might want to trigger more of their remembering. And basically, the option was for the feminines to go to Nibiru with the Anunnaki for the promise of their masculine counterparts to be saved, you know, for them not to be killed. And obviously that didn't work out because we were lied to. And So the feminines had to go through basically forced breathing programs of, like, I remember being chained up in really dark atmosphere, and just you basically were breathing like through your different generations, literally, like the grandmothers, the mothers, the daughters were enforced and raped and breathing basically hybrid Anunnaki children, which is part of the whole digression of DNA and how that, happened, the interbreeding and the trauma there. And then also obviously the split of the masculine and feminine, and they very much had a lot of, and obviously then the masculines were slaughtered and also tortured and so forth. So there is a deep, deep wound that we've just now are fully healing. Because again, this is part of our human and therefore cosmic genetics, okay, and trauma and DNA that we're healing right now. And basically, and I shared before the bigger picture of ultimately it's about an expansion of consciousness. But what's happening right now is that the masculine is accessing that core trauma of guilt and shame and pain, and he has been projecting onto the feminine due to previous traumas with other relationships, however they may have come about, where he's been highly manipulated. And it's his fear ultimately of being rejected and abandoned. But, it's a kind of, what's it called? Not self-defeating. There's another word. I wrote it down somewhere. What's that called? Oh, I freaking this. Self-sabotaging, there we go. Self-sabotaging behavior, okay? And I used to do this. When you self-sabotage, you're kind of pushing people away from you because ultimately, because you believe deep down you're not worthy of love and you're not worthy of forgiveness, okay? Because of all the crap we've picked up on. And this is from many lifetimes, okay? Because shit has happened to us. And I myself have been highly triggered by my experience, because it brings up a lot of my memories. And there are a lot of overlaps that keeps triggering you. But you need to understand, everybody needs to know for themselves what is their truth in every now moment, okay? No one situation is like another. You need to feel the truth. This is not the time really for tough love as such, depending again on the situation. It's really a mix again. Omni love is, a mix of all of this. But what I can see is that the ego, as it goes fully down, and the masculine is carrying a lot of this within the twin flame collective. This might come up a lot as the masculine is struggling right now with letting go of that last bit of ego and these perceived programs, and these wounds, which are ultimately are also then attachments and entities that are existing in the field and that are also then influencing the feminine. And she is literally clearing and purifying all of this through her, as he just lets go of this whole ego programming, because it's not real. It's all programs. Okay, it's wounds and traumas we've picked up. We've been clearing ancestral lines. None of this is us. None of our these emotions, thought forms, belief systems that were part of the artificial matrix that are ultimately not real is not who we truly are. And that's what she can see. So she can see, there's a difference of feeling. Is somebody just, trying to, I don't know, you need to know who's your true divine masculine or feminine. And the masculine has been projecting a lot of kind of his experiences with false feminines or dark feminines onto his divine feminine, because he hasn't been listening and trusting to his heart. So this is all about the integration. And right now there's full closure and completion between the counterparts, the divine merging, the hierogamic union. That's what I can see, because it's a total overlap of everything that's happening. Because again, it's just a mirroring. Yeah, but she's very much holding space right now. Again, each needs to notice for themselves. where to hold space or where maybe to let go right now. But it's also, you know, you let go, but you don't give up. You know what I mean? You hold space for the person to pull through, but you're also here. I know, for example, a lot of what I do is just clearing, you know, negative energies, entities, attachments, all of this crap, planetary wide. Anybody who's listening, you know, gets a nice clearing. So, and, you know, for example, yeah, it's not about us rescuing and saving anyone. Yes, it's about sovereignty, but don't mistake sovereignty for like a kind of detachment and, you know, traumatic response of, you know, over independence. You know what I mean? Because again, how did the trauma happen? Through the separation of the masculine and feminine. The masculine basically has in his head that she's going to betray him or is going to leave and abandon him at some point. So she has to understand that this is just this false ego believing that the same is going to happen again. But what we're doing is we're going back in time and correcting what went wrong. Where she's sticking around, she's holding space, and with the pure true love that she has in her heart, she's healing him and her because he is her. That's the whole thing. And we are all one. So we're not here now to walk away from people. Okay, we're not forcing it onto anyone, but you need to know in each way, moment, situation, how and when to hold space, help healing, because we're literally here to hold, you know, to help heal one another. I mean, that's what a lot of us do. That's what I do. And we all do it in different ways. Okay. So those of us who came here to hold a space, who are the healers, and especially the divine feminine, the divine feminine right now within us all, hold space for the masculine to fully let go of the ego within us all. Okay, that false identity, those false, like again, you need to feel it, all of it, the fear, the shame, the guilt, whatever, but then you need to realize it's not really real and it's just a role we've been playing, and you just let it go in divine neutrality and pure divine love, because that's where everything is dissolving and healing in right now. Divine love is no joke. It's a superpower. And it can heal everything. And it has infinite power. So sometimes, you know, when I also speak about you're exhausted or whatever, and I was a few hours ago, and then you connect with the source and you connect with that love, and that powers you up. This is the key to everything, really. It's the key to healing. Just keep connecting to love, keep connecting to source. Okay. And if another person helps you connect to that, why not? Don't mistake sovereignty for, you know, again, thinking you're an island. We're all helping each other here. And this is the time now to stretch out the helping hand, not force it on anyone, but you're also not giving up. Okay. And each now moment, you need to know what's the right thing to do. And it keeps changing, you know, because sometimes you might say, you know, a tough word, because it's also right now about just let it the fuck go now. Okay. This is the time to this is no time to fuck around. Okay. Just let this shit go. Let it go. Just let it go. And then we can laugh about this. We really, really, once we can let this go, once the trauma and wounds are healed and you realize they're not really true, although they're just here to teach you a lesson, then you can laugh about it because it's no longer real. It really isn't. Okay. It's like you projecting yourself into a video game in order to learn a lesson. And now we're waking up on a different level because we're leveling up. Okay. The masculine is leveling up. Claim your right to heal. We're all healing. Again, this is beyond gender. I'm speaking about energies. That's just what I've been seeing and feeling. And that's what I'm guided to share and talk about. Because love rules without rules. Okay, so we can't now go, everybody needs to be self-responsible and, you know, whatever. We can't heal or fix anything. I mean, ultimately, it's the same as I'm doing planetary work or anyone doing greater gate work. I mean, what are we doing? We're doing this on behalf of all, no? So ultimately we are, you know, kind of the heroes in that sense. And we're all special. But we're also all equal and we're all just playing a role, you know, it's both ends. So you need to realize your specialness, your uniqueness. You're a radiant, beautiful diamond self and how much we've been through and fully embrace that, but then also realize what is true and what is not. And your heart knows. You need to listen to your heart and your intuition now. And you need to understand and realize the difference between intuition and your heart guiding you and your spirit and your traumas and wounds being triggered. Become super conscious now. We let all of that other stuff go that's been clouding our minds. Crystal clarity returns. I'm telling you now, within the next 24 hours, we're going to feel right as rain. Massive final quantum leaps and breakthroughs happening right now. Usuna kerase eyu ku usuna shunatea keai sunatara kanatea. Loving kindness and compassion is a superpower, not a weakness. Don't underestimate love, the power of love. That's what's healing all here, okay? It's not stupid. It has crystal clear vision, but that's the thing. You need to read every situation and person accordingly, no matter what the outside circumstances. Sometimes somebody will play all perfect and nice and there's something way different behind it. And sometimes you will find a person which is like a hurt animal who's been treated badly and might be lashing out or whatever, pulling back. But you understand there's something very different behind that. Okay, and we've all been there. I know. So remember who you are, where you've been, what you're here to do. Okay. And we're all here helping one another. And anyone in their right mind, would kind of do the same for, the person that, again, where their heart lies. Okay. And who's ready for healing and open to it, even if they might be hiding a little. So you standing in your true authentic self is a force to be reckoned with, and it might trigger other people. Let that be okay. Okay. That's when you become unfuckable with, because that's when you're no longer in fear of being who you truly are, speaking the truth, no matter what's going on and what anybody thinks of you. Because I can feel all kinds of things being projected at me, but it's literally just washing off my field at this point. So we're becoming unfuckable with, bulletproof, okay? And we stand in our peace no matter what the inner or outer storms, because sometimes there still things come up, but you keep just coming back to neutrality. Just stop judging. That's the main thing. Stop judging, stop resisting, accept everything as it is right now, and just let it the fuck go. That's the main lesson right now. Accept it all as it is. Let it go. It's not real. Not real. This is not real. I'm not real. You're not real. We're projecting ourselves. Okay? It's pretty unreal. Whilst we also have this reveal in the sense of we're projecting the hologram from inside of us. Okay? So your organic crystalline technology is in here. But so far we've been seeing and experiencing a very fake reality. Okay, of which just a fractal is really organic and true. So that's what's all dissolving right now. So all these false overlays, artificial pictures of artificial overlays and inserts and false pictures of reality and memories, which are inserts, which are the fallen timelines, are all dissolving. So just let it go. Okay, try to just meditate. Try to just let thoughts go. Try to just keep going into silence, because that's where you can hear God speaking through you. Okay, and like I hear God, it's not as like a voice is speaking to me. It's my inner God self. Like when I'm always connected to myself. I'm always connected to my thoughts. I mean, most of the time, yeah. Obviously, we always have moments where we drift off, but you get me. As in, most of the time, I'm super conscious of everything I think, which is the whole point, mindfulness, okay? Making the unconscious conscious. Anyway, so, you always have conversations with yourself, but I'm aware of different aspects coming through sometimes. You know what I mean? So those aspects I have consciously integrated, but I know vast consciousness. And I've never really spoken to guides as such. It's always been just this inner experience. So it's my inner God self. It's my inner dragon self. It's my inner, whatever, cosmic mother self. It's my inner Holy Spirit, Sophia. It's my inner, masculine, feminine child. Because it's all, as long as you experience any of this outside of you, you still have to integrate more and merge with. Because like I am connected with my masculine, mainly telepathic. Like there's no other conversation going on, so to say, but it's so strong. And of course, it goes kind of on and off depending on what we're sort of navigating through. But that's the field right now. That's also the Emerald Awakening and the Emerald Heart Grid that we've also been activating. And it's fully online. It's really the new Unity Grid. And it's also the new telepathic communication network that's connecting us heart to heart. It's also connected and connected and at one with the Diamond Cosmic Heart Grid. And it's really, again, us, telepathically being connected and transcending all of this ego stuff. And this is really a time for love to heal all and transcend all of these barriers and all the division. Because once we've really connected with consciousness, pure source through our heart, just let it flow through you and show you the truth, which is arising and igniting from within us now. Okay, and it's happening one way or another. That's why, so the divine feminines right now, even if the masculine might be struggling, or whichever way this goes, it doesn't need to be feminine, masculine. If anyone is struggling right now, and you just know in your heart that they will be fine, which will be for most people around us, okay? All of them. All souls, okay? Everybody's going home. And just keep holding the space, keep seeing everybody rising, keep seeing everybody healing, okay? The only ones who are going home as space dust, so to say, to source for re-encryption, are the ones who have committed very grave crimes against humanity and who have, again, their consciousness, individualized consciousness body has been shot so far that they, can't make this shift. Because it's high frequency. We are anchoring a lot of high frequency, as we all know, and we're constantly really powering up and upshifting. This is why it's constantly like you think you're fine, and then it's another layer, so to say. And it's been really tough, even for people like me. Like I can't do almost lives anymore right now because it's just too much energy running through me. I come across like, I don't know, like I really enjoyed my conversation with Todd yesterday, but I wasn't fully happy with it because I didn't fully answer some of his questions. I was very high on energy. Like I sometimes feel like I'm on coke when like I'm on, it's just so much energy running through me. It's like, so I can't really focus. And it's, so I didn't answer a couple of questions very good. And I came across a little bit loud and almost to the borderline of obnoxious, I found. I know people thought it's great and I know it's perfect. And I know the frequency was transmitted, but I would prefer the precision of words to go along with it, which we're working on. It's better for me to pre-record. I just can focus more and I don't have all these energies to clear that are coming on. And that were like 200 people live, or maybe more, I don't know. So anyway, and so that was a lot to take, and I couldn't feel it building all day. And also I know that he's also a very highly coded being, and I feel a very core resonance, at a soul group level with him. So I knew this would be a very activating call just for the field and the codes just being activated between the two of us. So anyway, and then obviously what came through as well. So I really felt, just so much data comes through when I'm, especially when there's so many people, it's like even more consciousness streams coming through in a sense that, because each time, depending on also the people who are listening to the videos, who are subscribed or like, the messages are also catered towards the collective streams of consciousness that are listening to this, if that makes sense. So anyway, but it's always perfect, so I can look at myself and I can make these, like, you're always in competition with yourself, and I'm not competing with myself. I let it be okay, and it's perfect in the moment because I know it's really beyond words what I am transmitting. And people, I really believe, mainly resonate with me because I can feel the sincerity and the purity that I transmit, because what I say is what I am. And I'm not perfect, but the purity of my intention and from my heart is there. And that's being transmitted. And this is what ignites us within you, the same as the remembering whatever else I share. Even if I might get sometimes the words wrong. And even if I might go, you know, it can be a bit intense, the energy that comes through. Also, if you're in your true authentic self, you know, it can be kind of intimidating to other people. And I know I carry a lot of energy. Like even my daughter said to me, like, you're scary. And it's so on some level, I need to be scary, as in I freaking clear the energy, like the planet and beyond, of negative entities and demons and the deepest, darkest shadow beings that there are, okay? But I'm also, you know, obviously a very soft, loving person. I'm all of these things, and we are all of these things. So, you know, I'm looking forward to not needing to be scary anymore on that level. But you need to, you know, I mean, if somebody like tickles you too often, they need to also sometimes feel your dragon breath. So, but you know, I don't really harm anything or anyone. And that's another thing. So the feminine has really transcended also her frustration and anger with the whole situation. And again, I'm a very ancient being, soul, and I've waited a long time. I've been, you know, holding space for all of this for a long time. I've been speaking about this for a long linear amount of time. But obviously it's also timeless, and we are fully transcending this right now. And this was also part really of the call, the conversation with Todd yesterday. I'm going to leave the link below to the video if you haven't seen it yet, on Soulogy. If you want to listen to it, I'll upload it at the weekend onto my channel as well. But anyway, so what was I talking about? Can't remember now. Anyway, I also saw this very much as soul family is connected back together, because the tribal shield is also us again as soul family in all these different spiritual groups, and ultimately it is the Essene Divide. This goes back to which I shared about before, and it's also down to the split of the Lyran family. So this is really all a family feud, feud, split. Okay, again, comes back to the masculine feminine split and the split of the tribes. Okay, and that's what we're healing as the tribal shield heals, which is basically healed. And now we're going to see the cosmic reunion. This is it. And that's all I'm going to say to it. So true success is also loving who you are and what you do. Really, all else, all the material stuff, how many people are listening to you, how many like your stuff, how much money you have, all of that stuff ultimately doesn't matter. It's all part of the unreal, okay? What really matters is you being happy with yourself and you loving yourself and loving what you do. That's all there is to it. And that's all we've been anchoring whilst letting go of these false things to aspire to. That again, you know, in the new, once you fully have merged, now as we're ascending, we'll be able to literally manifest out of thin air. So none of this is relevant. All right. Not kidding. And you know it, your ancient self, remember, like your ancient future self, your ascended self, which is here online right now. Okay. Usura shena eyu una tara eskuna etara te tena tera te esuna tera shukuna te aye. Kura una tera sena te aye. Una tera yena kera tu shuku una tuna yena ke. Time fully dissolves now within the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Sukunateate, sunatea shenatara sata. It is done, okay? Like, as it was written, so it is done. It's really done. We have pre-written this and we are just remembering, okay? And we're also writing a whole new script very consciously. It's both ends, as we're clearing out all of the ancient programming. And again, this is quantum, that's the whole thing. Because your conscious future self is already always writing consciously whatever it wants to experience in the now moment, because there's no more time, there's just now. And it's very fluent, you know, the impermanence is a big thing. Everything is impermanent. So there's nothing to hold on to here. Everything is being transformed. Let it be transformed through true divine love. There's nothing to fear. Like, you don't need to fear the truth. It liberates you. It's just judgment of that truth that creates suffering and pain. Let it go. Okay, it's not who you really are. So let go of who you think you are. The intellect, all the words, thoughts, beliefs, memories, old pictures of reality are fully dissolved in the sea of pure, true, divine love now. It's done. Okay, it's done. This is it. This is it. Let the last veil fully lift and dissolve, evaporize fully now. I'm gonna get my little wand for this occasion. Okay, dissolved now. It is done. So let it all go. Your sense of identity, dissolve and surrender to the sea of pure, true, divine love. Nothing else makes sense anymore. And what your mind is telling you, any kind of things that don't make you feel ultimately good and at peace, are not real, are not true. The truth is always based in love. You can see the truth, and for what anyone who truly is will still seeing their highest self. There are no demons here unless you project them. And we stop this bullshit now. Seriously, fucking done with this nonsense. God, so done. So done. And we're done here. We're done. Beyond that. So, let it go. Okay? Any subconscious guilt that has you self-sabotaging yourself, deep down believing you're not worthy of love, it's not fucking real. It's nonsense. So, you're not your thoughts, beliefs, identity, body, your pure consciousness and form. You're worthy of love, you're worthy of miracles, you're worthy of the abundance that is you. You're worthy of joy and of bliss and of peace. But you have to let the rest go and connect to your heart. Okay? Peace is found in the heart by letting go of your mind. You need to literally let go of your mind. Lose your mind. Lose it. Okay? What you're accessing is pure source, called pure source, God consciousness. It's beyond the intellect. It's divine heart-based intelligence. It's quantum intelligence. Your brain is a receiver and transmitter. It's not there to figure out quantum physics. It's there to remember. It's there to just have it come to you like an epiphany. Clarity is not you trying to figure out a problem, okay, and over-analyzing shit and trying to compare and test and I don't know what. It's not. It's not. You're trying to figure all this crap out, especially not right now. And especially insanity, you cannot figure out because it's insane. So you can only go so far where it makes sense. And then it's just insanity. So all the psychosis is lifting now, which is based on inverted thought forms. Okay. The truth feels based in love. You will know, you can feel the truth. Sometimes you might think you know the truth. Sometimes people think they are in love, but you can only really feel true love and real truth, where your heart and your mind are in unison. That's when you know truth. When they're still in disagreement, there's no truth. And your heart knows. Okay, but then it's your mind that comes in sometimes and tries to play tricks on you because of a lot of things that have been happening. So don't, especially right now, know where we're at. We're ascending, okay? Tests are coming in. Know them for what they are. Stop falling for them. That's how you get out of Groundhog Day, quite frankly. So that wanted to come through. So that's the other thing. Each video I'm a bit different because of just the energies that are in the field. What am I? I'm a vessel for energies to flow through me, whilst I'm also, me. It's like a mix, as in, we have our own personality, but it's literally like, that's also the Magdalene. It's like you're just playing a role here and allowing the energies to be transmuted and transmitted through you. You're an oracle, you're a transmuter, you're a healer, you're all of these things. And again, this exists within us all right? Especially transmuters. Yeah, it's not freaking fun. And also high vibration is also, like, what I see as holding a high frequency, which I know I am doing, is not necessarily being a high vibration as some people feel or think what that means, which is always happy and, blissful. And yes, that's what we are accessing right now. But it's just actually a high frequency is being your highest true authentic self in every now moment. And that's another thing. Okay, because faking a high frequency or being happy or being in a high vibration and happy and joyful is not being authentic. Okay, so as long as you're just authentic in every now moment, you will carry the highest frequency that you can hold in that now moment, which is your job ultimately. 0220. It really is. Okay, it really is. So be your true authentic self. That's the force to be reckoned with. Again. That's you activating your true divine blueprint. That's you helping ignite the divine blueprint of New Earth right now, right here. And you ascended already, already ascended master self that exists in no time whatsoever. That's already always here. You're just waking up from the dream of being in your bodily little incarnate self. You're moving up, okay? We're up leveling right now, but there are actually no more levels, okay? It's just one beautiful, organic, multidimensional field. Okay, no more division, no more compartmentalization. Okay, imagine one big, happy cosmic family. That's the cosmic reunion, which we have to, again, we are igniting and projecting out from within. So let go, empty yourself of who you think you are. Let God's source fulfill you, the Holy Spirit. Ignite your sacred crystal heart, your God and permanent seed, Christ, cosmic seed atom, okay, the spark within your heart, let it ignite, because it's igniting right now. The cosmic supernova of the heart event is here right now, and it's triggering one way or another. So surrender to the love that you are, or be dragged in a sense right now, all right? And allow the truth to ignite from within you. All right, it's happening. So just don't let your ego make you suffer any more than you need to. So all doubts, all worries, all fears, illusions of separation dissolve in the sea of true divine love, because so it is done. 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 And that's another thing you need to know, and especially between heartbreaks and relationships, anything that's coming up. Ultimately, everything is always a happening between all the energies at the interplay taking part. And, nobody's ultimately doing anything to you, and everything will always bring you closer to source and your heart, okay, if you allow it. And it's automatically happening right now. This is like, we're in autopilot motion right now. So it doesn't matter what you're trying to do, just surrender. So let go of all the judgments, identification, thoughts, beliefs, projections, become neutral, become the neutral observer of your experience, of the reality, and let all the crap go. Because again, it's not real, and it's dissolving along with the false matrix, okay? And again, love will see you and us all through. So collapse all that is false through the power of true divine love and neutrality, okay, and compassion, and seeing past all the nonsense, any judgments, any false projections, all of that ego filter nonsense fully dissolves right now. Dissolve, dissolve, evaporize fully. Which is the illusion of separation, which is thinking that we are not all one, because there's really only just one of us here, okay? And if you take incarnate selves and all of this back out, if you imagine with God's source, I am you and you are me, okay, just in different bodies. So, and again, obviously we're still sovereign as in have our own mind, but really what we're dissolving is that sense of separation and that false ego self, which thinks, I'm separate from you, because it's again this magical in between of we are sovereign as well as one. Okay. And again, it can't be described. I'm just trying to trigger your remembering, really. Okay. Which is, we are awakening to that truth. But obviously, that's what I'm here for, to keep going on and on and on about it. But I think we're done now with me needing to have to go on about it. Because again, it's a reprogramming, re-encryption. It's me igniting also and remembering and triggering the DNA, you know, our divine blueprints, our divine remembering. Yeah. And as much as it's taken us a lot of programming to get here, to digress this far, it's also taken us a while to go back, you know, back to the future. And again, as we've kind of gone back in time of doing all these timeline, aka consciousness corrections, is fixing the fallen consciousness. It's fixing your DNA. It's fallen timeline repair work. And again, the twin flames are going back to the start, where the masculine felt like the feminine had abandoned and rejected him. And he fears that will happen again and again. And it's not real. It's not true. And it's a lot about right now loyalty and compassion and seeing past the illusions, okay, without trying to fix anyone, but also being here because they're part of you, okay? And especially if your energy fields have merged, you're affecting one another, and we're all affecting one another. Again, that's why we're doing all this collective work, because we're just here to do this. You know, that's why I do what I do. Ultimately, yeah, I know it's really worth way beyond money. It's literally priceless what I do, okay? And I know it has a huge effect. I really know my worth. I have not a problem with claiming my worth, but I'm just shown and guided to share this with everyone, quite frankly, okay? Anyone who wants to hear it, whatever happens to them from listening to me, okay? Whatever they may think, that's just what I'm here for, okay? Until we're freaking done here at this point, and it's done. And any moment now, we are awakening from the dream, and we'll be dancing around the freaking campfire. I'm looking forward to the dancing, okay? So right now, again, it's much about the acceptance of all that is. Let go of the false memories of this artificial matrix, the thoughts, the beliefs, the opinions, the judgments, false projections, perceptions. Let us be born anew right now in our original innocence, divine perfection, highest divine blueprints, plus upgrades, which is what this was all about, okay? Divine perfection, the divine plan in motion right now, fully unfolding. The event is already on, okay? It's just the climaxing fully now. Usunatera senatera sekena shukunatera tekena karasu ushunatera nenatara yenatara susunatera. Okay? Without anything blowing apart. So the law of one fully returned and remembered again. That's us remembering we are one. Okay, and this returns everything to its divine natural order. And the masculine also, by stop projecting his all traumas and wounds onto the feminine, he returns divine justice as he finally speaks up, steps forth, and speaks his truth from his heart, because now he knows his truth. But he needs to listen to his heart and his intuition to know what that is, which is him fully connecting with his true divine feminine. Now, which is happening, it's done. So, super done, obviously. I just, you know, whenever I like burp, I don't usually burp at all during like my normal waking hours. It's hilarious because I do this only in the videos. It's energy moving, as you know, like as some of us know, that air moving, or you sneeze, or, you know, coughs, or these kind of things. It's all energy moving and confirmations. That's my perspective, and I do know that to be true. Now, destined events are ready to unfold, because again, we have pre-written this. I can very much feel this. Again, I've been feeling and can see and can sense the cosmic celebrations. They are on. This is fully on. Fully on. Everything else is dissolving. Nothing is stopping this. It's all happening. It's happening. Again, we're all playing roles here, remember? So let go of the attachment to a form and your identity, and, you know, because you are everyone, ultimately. All the actors, the director, the scriptwriter, the producer, the extras, you're all of it. You're projecting this out as the one. one of us here. There's no time, no space, no gravity. It all dissolves in the space right now, along with the artificial matrix simulation and all the holographic overlays, false memories. So it is done. Now, as we let go of the hurt and the pain and memories, we welcome all new beginnings. All new beginnings. All new beginnings. Can't say it correctly. My voice is now stopping. Huge throat upgrades obviously happening. As you need to have everything else in mind to know your truth, to fully speak it. And the same as me. You know, it's like just more and more truth. We all have layers of false self, you know, where we're holding back or, you know, sometimes don't fully maybe say what we want to say. The same as me. Sometimes I'm afraid to speak about the whole twin flame thing because I know my twin on, you know, some level, and that's the whole, again, collective thing, believes or might think I'm trying to influence. But I have to be able to speak about it just because of what I'm here to do. And I need to speak my truth. And I need to transcend the fear, quite frankly, most of all. But I just need to speak my truth. And we all need to speak our truth, no matter what we think, and, you know, transcending any fear that anybody is rejecting and abandoning us ever again. Okay, so we are here really to remind one another that we came here to leave no one behind. Anything that we leave that's dissolving that's unreal. Okay, we're not leaving anyone behind. This is us fixing all of the shit. Nobody's being left behind. Nobody's abandoning and rejecting anyone anymore. Okay? And at the same time, again, those digressed and literally soulless are going back to source. It's both and. But again, there's nobody really to die here. Okay, and it's all just being transformed. So it's like you just letting go of all the aspects of you that are no longer needed, because we've transcended them. So it's really time for destiny and karma and dharma to play out and be served. That's what's happening now. All that's been hidden in the dark is being revealed. All that we've given out is coming back to us one way or another. This is the time now. Everything is culminating. All the timelines, all the realities, and all the crap that's been preventing us from living the lives we wanted to is fully dissolving, which are ultimately belief systems and thought forms, quite frankly. And obviously a lot more, but that's what it really boils down to, okay? Which we've been busy transcending. So this is also cosmic collective debt forgiveness, which sets all free, which is our abundance coming in. It's us ultimately forgiving ourselves, and then we can forgive all others. And we can see clearly once we are in the oneness that all of this has been a divine interplay, and there's nobody anymore to, you know, hold to, try and put on a stake and make pay. There's no more suffering. Because it's also divine grace for those beings who've been so digressed, who've been torturing themselves and torturing others, to go back to source, back home, and be rebirthed some other form. Because all this consciousness, again, nothing really dies, but it changes form. Okay? And that consciousness is purified, that digressed consciousness. So, and it's really all about divine union with all. This is ascension. It's divine union, you integrating all of your multidimensional pieces. And that's once we have God source consciousness embodied, we project out heaven on earth. What would God project out to live in but heaven, now living on earth? Because just being consciousness, you know, is beautiful, but you also like to play and imagine things and play now and co-creating. Okay, so this is where this all starts now. That's what I see. The light body is activating, the Merkaba is activating, all these implants, inserts, all this nonsense now is fully dissolving, and especially the artificial ego. Okay, so it's done. Just know it for what it is. When it rears its head within you or within someone else, stop feeding it. Wrap it up in loads of love. Know it for what it is. Okay, it's like as if you're dealing with a child with a temper tantrum. And you just know you need to hold space. You're not going to feed it. You're not going to enable it. But you're going to hold space. And when it wants a hug, you're going to give it a hug. If it wants to just lash out, you're just going to, you know, and lash out over there, sort of thing. Stomp its feet a little bit. If you need to stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Go and scream in the woods, okay? Scream into a pillow. Chop wood, whatever it needs to be. Let it up and out. Don't judge any of it. Cry, scream, be angry. Just try not create mayhem and like inflict pain onto other people, okay? Hold it within your space and transmute it. All back to source. Ask source to take it from you. Before you go to bed, program your subconscious mind with whatever you want healing or clearing with. Know that you are already healed. This is quantum. This is a shift in consciousness completing now as one. Everybody fully healed. Quantum style. Back to heaven on earth. Everybody fully healed. No big projects. None of this. It's done. Quantum leap right now. Full breakthrough. Usunatea sekena shukunatea kena keda. Sku usanatea kena sa. Kara anaseta da skushkuna ena keda ta anakala sakuda te ata. Elijah kanatea kena tata yana kena sena ku kasayana kena tera seka sara sanatea kena sunatea te. Okay, let's do this, people. Okay, last push through. Surrender it all to the love that you are. Everything is confusion, imagination. See it within yourself, see it within others. Once you see it within yourself, you can see it within others. Keep going deeper, keep surrendering, let go of any thoughts. Just let it all go. Okay, and the more you stand in your true self, the more truth arises from all around you. Not always fun, but that's the only way through. Okay, it's liberating. It's what frees you. It's the truth. Okay, and that's what we're here for. That's freedom right now, right here. And that's when all the masks come off, and it's happening right now. Last veil, fully dissolving right now. And the real truth that is everlasting and cannot be questioned arises from within. So this is no comparison of, I don't know, TV programs or books or scriptures, but the truth that arises from within and is being remembered. And as the real truth and real true history, cosmically, is being remembered, the true cosmos, organic realities can come online. Because as you remember a different past, your present and your future changes. And you change it in the present. That's the only time you ever have. It's right now. Only time you ever have, especially right now, is now. That's when you change everything. Not in the future, not in the past. That's imagination and projection. But you can, timeline travel, which many of us do with timeline corrections in their energy work. And again, it's all happening right now. That's the whole fun thing. So as you're going back into timelines, you're just accessing data that's held within your DNA, and then you're changing it, which is ultimately you changing your consciousness, the way you think and feel, see something, perceive, or have changed then in that moment, maybe something you did back then that you wanted to change, which you can do. But that's what you also sometimes do with regression work. And that's what you do with timeline work. We change what we did. That's what we're doing, okay? So we're changing it now, and as we're changing what went wrong then. So open up to love. If separation and disconnect has been the cause of our heartbreak, fragmentation, and a foreign consciousness, then surely heart-to-heart, loving, compassionate connection is the remedy. People need to be open for it. But hold the space, okay? And see everybody getting it, because we're all one and we're all ascending as one. Your success is my success, applies to everything and all right? So this is really the second coming of the Christ, and this is the Christ fully reborn happening right now, right? Christmas is late, but coming fully online right now. And it really happened around Christmas. I mean, also, I was asked and I didn't answer correctly as well of what has happened lately. I mean, everything is dissolving, as I said. All of these implants and overlays and all of that stuff, as I mentioned in my last video. But also, yeah, it's the victimizer consciousness. It's the whole polarity. That's what made the matrix. That's fully collapsing, and it's held by the twin flames, really as the main polarity integrators that are creating new blueprints, that are creating the new relationship templates, and they're holding these Edenic paradisian codes for New Earth in that template. So it's all about love, and the twin same path is your mission. Oh, it's a big part of it, you know, and it's ultimately you unifying, like it's divine union within, and it's you unifying with all of life everywhere, because it's you helping you keep coming back to love, keep coming back to your true self, keep integrating all of these pieces, facing all of these triggers. It's the fast track through, you know, because yeah, on your own, you know, not being connected to anyone might be a peaceful life in a way, but then it's also not very, you know, progressing you forward very quickly, because you're not really challenging yourself. And also, obviously, really, truly heart-based relationships are very rewarding. And I think that's what we're all here for, because we're getting away from all the karmic mayhem, misery, to truly heart-based relationships based on, you know, soul, a deep soul resonance. And it's really about a core frequency, unique soul signature that both share, you know, and the closer you come to that, the more resonance you feel, which happens within your soul group, and especially with divine counterparts, twin flames, soulmates, however you want to call this. And really, this is not about comparing and one is better than the other. It's just go with the flow. Just have the experience of life, okay? And it will just unfold for you without trying to put it into boxes. Now, the final breakthrough quantum leap is here. As I said, this is divine justice, karma, dharma gets served. Divine masculine, please make it happen. Thank you very much, which we all do by speaking our truth from the heart. Thank you. Surrendering to love is to surrender to source, which is you surrendering to your true divine self. Okay? So it's always surrender. You become divine will embodied, but you don't need to. But that's how you get there. If you want to get there to at-one-ment, you need to surrender your false ego self to source. You need to surrender to love, which is source, because God is love. Okay? And that's your true divine self. That's you remembering who you really are. And love is truth. So, and that's what fully ignites from within our sacred crystal hearts. So right now, sunatea sikinatea kiane kiki shkush kush kush ku natara yinake rutatara tarata kuyanatea. Done. So, being your true authentic self is enough, and that's your worth, and it's you igniting new earth right now. What bigger worth could there be? That's you basically being a billionaire, because you can do and manifest whatever you want. Take that. Okay? So, and you infuse everything you create with your unique soul signature. So it doesn't matter what it is. So even if I paint now, and it might not be very good, it would still have my keys and codes within it. You know, and ultimately anything we create. So food, you know, I cook a dinner, and especially when we put thought and intention into it. Before I make a video, I clear the whole field and make a whole intention of transmitting the purest frequencies, being the purest channel for source I can be, transmitting, you know, clearing, healing, balancing, harmonizing, upgrading your field and all of that. And, you know, for what needs to come through. So there's a whole intention setting. It's so much about intention. So realize your worth, realize the power and the uniqueness and the value of your soul signature. And that's your worth. And it's so beautiful. There's nothing else you need to do and be. Okay? If you're just walking around singing all day, all right? If that's your true authentic self that you feel like being then right now, that's your worth. It's not you working hard in an office and earning a lot of money. That's totally going obsolete now, okay? Nobody needs to do this anymore. So it is done. Because all the industries, all of the stuff is non-existent. It's not real. All the systems, it's not real. Financial systems, it's not real. It's gone. Remember, you're dreaming. We're awakening from the dream, and awakening on new earth right now. Divine organic creatrix field, fully ignited inside of your memories, your DNA, and a quantum codes, the quantum tree of life, fully online right now. Divine template of the 144 plus 3 S1. Usunate you. Na sunainae. Neonenana. Utukanaya. Sunate risanate. Kushunaya. Usunate. Akanata. Dan. Also, before I forget, if you do like what I share, although we won't need money very soon, but in the meantime, if you also, as an energetic exchange, again, if you do like to support my channel back, because everything I do is literally, I share freely with everyone. Also, the activations you can check out on my SoundCloud. The links are in the description box. Also, if you might want to make a donation, you can find the details again in the description box. And thank you so much for everybody who has and does support me and makes it possible for me to do what I do. Thank you very much. And we're literally doing this all together as one, because again, in the future also we still exchange energy, and this is just a form of energy. Okay. Also, anyone who sent me a message, I will try to get back to some, but I'm really sorry, I've just not been able to. There's just so much going on. I'm not good with messages anyway. Also, some technical shit problems been happening, but generally just it's just a Ramona thing. Okay, so have patience. I try to get back to some, but ultimately, I really hope that you also get my telepathic communication messages or intentions, at least. Okay. So, and my own, like, older friends and family suffer from the same fate. So it's definitely nothing personal. I just can't deal. So this is also when we are moving from believing to knowing truth. Okay, so trust your intuition. You need to feel the difference from your trauma and pain misleading you, which is fully dissolving now. So it's basically, it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue. It's done. So face all of your fears. That's all the, that's how you can dissolve them. Keep riding the waves as a happy fool and the magician and alchemist and oracle, guide, healer that you are. Okay, pioneer, visionary. All right, it takes a lot. It has taken us so much to get there. So much. My crystal rose quartz pyramid agrees. It has taken us so much to get here, so much determination, so much tenacity. And even if you've been, I don't know, feeling beaten down lately, I mean, none of this matters. Okay, we all go through these moments, and all you have to do is not judge it. Quite frankly, there is no right and wrong. Every moment is different. You just have to just go with the waves. Okay, scheme up and down. Enjoy and not enjoy, but embrace the madness, and just laugh through the tears. And you get there. We're there now. Okay, we're home. We're home. We're home. You're home when you're in your heart. When you have surrendered to the heart, that's when you're home. And that's what we're doing now. Okay, stop. Usunati. So the divine masculine and feminine are healing the original split. That's returning justice to all realms as he speaks his truth fully from his heart. It's abundance, it's freedom, it's unity. It's again the original tribes fully uniting and healing again as one, which is what the original twin flames are bringing about. That's what I'm seeing. As they fully unify and transcend time, space, and gravity within the consciousness and within their own selves. So divine inner union is fully completing right now, and the physical is about to happen. Cosmic divine reunion, which this is all interconnected with, as well as with the crystalline core, which is again connected to the cosmic seed atom in our higher heart, to the cosmic heart awakening, which is the supernova of the heart event, which is basically the magnetic pole flip and shift, which is the masculine fully surrendering to his heart right now, as I see it. So, and also remember, the devil represents fears. So don't let the fears get to you, okay? This is the final test, final breakthrough. Just know all the shit for what it is. You've been there millions of times now. It's all fine. Just laugh at the crap, okay? It's all done. It's pre-written. So, I mean, just imagine there was nothing to worry about. Because there literally isn't, unless you make it so. And then you're creating it. But you're not going to do anymore, okay? So we're done. So we're finally here. We're finally home. I'm going to repeat myself now because I said all of this. Just trust your heart, trust your intuition. I mean, otherwise, what do we have? Nothing, literally. So all these AI fucking hive minds, it's fully fucking dissolving. Sorry, all the mind control, all this shit, it's dissolving, it's done. So again, the divine feminine is holding space while she's also not waiting, okay? She continues to rise and shine bright and does her life while she's also holding space, okay? It's like you're not feeding the nonsense, but you're also there to help heal and hold space, because it's part of you. It's your masculine. If you know who it is, you know, and you know what I mean. And it's, again, happening on all kinds of layers and levels within you. Because you're literally just embracing your true divine masculine within, and you're letting go of all the false ego nonsense that might be still hanging around in your field. And it might be projected out through other people in your life that you're deeply connected to. Okay. So just know it for what it is. Because again, everything is a projection. No matter how much you think you're clear, it's still a little part of you that's struggling. Try and see yourself and everyone out there. Okay. So that's why we're helping parts of us. This is all one big cosmic soul, and we're bringing all of it back home. We're healing all of it. And just the artificialness and fakeness, the overlays are dissolving. Okay. And all that's not soul. So the healing of the original split is healing the division, the war, the fragmentation, the traumas, the wounds collectively. Okay. And again, the memories of the Lemurian Holocaust and forced breeding programs, and the split within a consciousness. Fully healing right now. Divine union, cosmic reunion for all. And it's the infinite love of the divine feminine for the masculine that is help all, him, her, it, all. We're all one. Masculine, feminine, child, all one. That's the whole thing. There is no division. There is no division. Nobody's doing anything. It's a happening. So only you know your truth, no one else. So don't listen to any nonsense right now. So much information out there right now. Listen, connect to your heart, your truth, and silence. That's when you hear God. Okay. Only you know. Let go of any subconscious nonsense, unconscious self-sabotage, guilt, blame, shame, thoughts, emotions, beliefs, ideas, identities. Let it all go. Okay. Now I've been through all of this. I'm really freaking repeating myself. That's it. That will have also been for a reason, okay? So it's really anchored now. Anchored, done. The re-encryption, the reprogramming, the reset of the one consciousness is done, really. The Divine Mother is totally rebirthing, resetting everything right now through the cosmic womb, which we are all part of, which we are all one with, okay? So tune into that. No, again, I'm not... Take what resonates, leave the rest. That's what I'm seeing, okay? And that's heaven on earth right here, right now. It's coming online, and all we need to do is just let go of the last mask, the last ego, and just know it's done. Okay. And when we see out there the doomsday kind of, I've seen now 2 different types of headline streams, like topics that refer to doomsday. And it's like, you need to imagine. So those who are connected with anti-life forces, they have been feeding anti-life. So they have been feeding all of these narratives. So they have been literally creating it for themselves. That's the whole thing. So if you're anti-life, you're creating, you have infinite life. Okay, that's why it's like, what is your consciousness creating? What realities are you creating? Okay, what do you believe is going to happen? So, you know, feed what you want to see. All right. And one more thing also I wanted to say, because Todd also asked me about, you know, how do we align really with the future? You know, he was saying about Soulogy, where he would see himself and where we're not quite there. And I have kind of the same experiences. You know, we would like to be kind of more known, or, you know, just more people to really get our messages. That's really also what it is about. And yeah, we would like to have a more comfortable life where we can have, you know, a nice home and things like this. But we had to follow our intuition, our guidance from one now moment to the next in order to create these new blueprints, and templates that enable everybody to no longer be, you know, needing to, you know, where it's not about money, where it's not about fame, because all of this is ultimately fake. And we had to sacrifice a lot of things along the way in order to create these new blueprints, but they're so paying off now. And what I wanted to say about this is like how we quantum align with where we want to be. Ultimately, I mean, all I want is really for my messages to come through. That's my only thing, because I know it's basically helping us ascend. And again, I'm obviously not the only one spreading these kind of messages, but I know that I have a big role and mission here to fulfill. So I do take it very seriously, my influence as well as I have on other people. I would never, you know, knowingly mislead or create false hope, but anybody who really gets what I'm doing understands that the quantum is really quantum, and that there's no such thing as false hope, because we're always creating in every now moment. And we've been transcending time and again, collapsing all of these timelines and realities where now we can literally quantum leap, where also what I've been shown is that, I mean, I don't need to create a big website or anything. Where we're going, it's, you know, it's no longer any of this because this is all false. So I have been, putting all of my eggs in one basket because that's my basket. That's what I've been shown. And there's nothing to play safe anyway. There's no fear. So I know I'm always carried from one now moment to the next. I'm always provided for. Might not be perfect, obviously, but we all had our challenges. And who's had it perfect? No one. So, you know, we've always been given what we can take. And we just need to keep listening to our intuition, our knowing, even if it goes, and especially when it goes against all of the programming out there, because that's how we're creating new. But everybody needs to live their life the way they have been shown. What's right for me is not right for you. Not everybody could do what we're doing, okay? So again, you only know your own truth, what you're being shown, what you're here to do. And right now, what we're accessing are totally new roles, which are not even roles anymore. It's just freaking fun and playing and creating paradise, heaven on earth, all the time, out of thin air. Because thoughts create matter. And it's very malleable, what we're accessing. It's literally heaven on earth, okay? So my feedback on that would be, and sorry that I didn't give that to you, Todd, if you're listening to this, is that I really see all new worlds coming online, heaven on earth, and we will be doing what we're doing right now in just a very different way. And it will be big parties and big, you know, we will be traveling, we will be with our beloveds, and we will be joining the soul family, and we'll be spreading our world and, you know, a word throughout the world. And cosmically so. So there's a lot coming online. That's what I'm seeing for a while now. But yes, divine timing and frequency alignment, which that is basically, is happening right now. Okay. It's here. Tune in, align, quantum align, merge in no time whatsoever. Okay. And it's the same, even when we speak a lot about time, it's also helping us transcend it. Because the same with the mind, we're using the mind and words in order to transcend the mind and the words. Okay, that's a paradox. So it's all hunky-dory, and ultimately you can't get anything wrong. Whatever you decide is right. Okay, and we're all getting this right as one, so to say. That's it. The masks come off now. Open up your heart, be ready to receive the love that you are. It's all flowing in now from source, and it's healing everything, and all of this nonsense is fully dissolved, and this is it. And that's that. So I love you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for keeping on going. Just surrender to it, okay? I know the energies are intense. Look after yourself, treat yourself. Imagine nothing to worry about. Keep focusing on what you want to co-create, especially now because it's going to come quantum online, okay? Ignite it for your frequency, because all of the doubts and worries and all of the interferences are fully dissolving from within our field, our DNA, and a quantum codes, the whole field. All of it is dissolving, all the falsities, all the inorganic stuff. Done. That's what I see. Now, ignite your own unique divine blueprint by being your own true unique self. There's only one of you, so be it, okay? The world is waiting for it, really. And there's literally nothing to fear, absolutely nothing beyond what your mind might have come up with. That's the old false ego mind, okay? And your true God soul self has no fear. It's eternal, it's timeless, it's boundless, it's fearless. And it knows that it's at one with creation and nothing lies outside of it. Lies outside of it, of you, which is where you have no fear, because it's all happening through and for you, and you're co-creating all of that. Okay, so keep coming back to that, keep coming back to your heart. Connect to nature, connect to love, connect to the people you love, connect to what you love, and let bliss lead you and your heart's desire to your biggest dreams fulfilled. Quite frankly, it's up to you, you know, it's up to us to make it happen by going for what our heart tells us, by following our intuition, following our heart, and it will guide you and lead you one step at a time. You just have to trust in yourself. Once you can trust fully yourself and your heart and your intuition, You know who to trust, and you can see crystal clarity. Okay. And it's, you know, again, love has crystal clear vision. It's not stupid. So don't mistake it for weakness. It's a superpower, and it's healing everything and everyone. Every cell and every atom of our beingness is filled with pure, true divine love, and so is your heart. Open up the heart, okay, to the love that you are, that all is. And that's the abundance, new earth right here, right now. Heaven on earth ignites now. So it is done. It is done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So much love. So many blessings.